And we're live.
Last week on the campaign, in Is the Whole Bigger Than the Sum of the Parts, the party told Dornan we had a personal errand and we would be back in just a little while to look in on the pit. Rosebud gets an average bow from one of Dorman's men. We then go off for 18 hours and are surprised when the guard is a bit peeved at us when we return. In the interim, we spoke with Professor Gnomekins about all things Nithanor, one of the highlights being Idril professed to loving Netherese food, saying it was quite spicy. We also learned about a library called Candlekeep, and that the Blood Pact, has to do with the Shadowfell. We then went to talk to Agenta about Skyfall and Irene, who are outranging. She gives us some good berries. We hem and haw with them for a long time. We were told that the critter we fought was an Akari Eye, some sort of fiend. We learned that the green dragon Venomfang is now an adult dragon, which seems very out of sorts. We split the party. Rosebud and Idril go out in search of a companion for the gnome, which she never actually finds, but she does come back with a feeling of some sort of calming presence that she can't quite identify. Huck and Mort go get some healing at the temple. They meet a lady named Adela. There's some card games. Mort keeps watch. We see the guy that played cards with Mavis so very long ago. Huckavus is told that he might be suffering from dimension lag. Nice Red Dwarf reference. Then they check in with Dornan at the pit. Huck says, we'll be back later. And Huck and Mort go speak with Jay, have a bit of a existential crisis, and then drink and eat heavily. Later they go out and try and meet with the party, who doesn't show up. There's a goof with prestidigitation and some snakes, which bleeds back on Rosebud. In the morning, Rosebud thinks she is being haunted by the ghost of Frank Costanza, asks for some sausages, and then we all go out. Huck and Idril may or may not have had a drinking contest. We go to the pit. We go into the pit. We find on one end of it is a staircase to a disreputable dealer, Burl Dawes Emporium, seller of woo and fakery snake oil salesman. On the other, we go to about 35 feet below, coming from around the corner. We see the remains of some battle, i.e. some human legs. We experiment with getting towards the next pit, but there is plenty of electricity to go around. Rosebud sticks her hand through the wall, gets shocked. Huckavus does some arcana with a wand and finds out that is an evocation spell that we might be able to dispel. But just about then, the room goes completely dark. That's what happened last week.
Okay. So the room is dark for just a matter of seconds. And then your super magic torch that you've had for quite some time, Huck, flickers back into...
Mort is carrying that currently.
Still yours, isn't it? You haven't given it away yet.
Correct. I've let Mort carry it.
So the light that was coming from the wall and the walls is now gone. And after a couple of moments of looking around, you determine that your new companion is also gone. Idril. Nowhere to be found.
But the lights are back up?
Just from your torch.
Huckavus notes that and is going to keenly look around with his dark vision-y bits, and maybe he's going to throw down a little another bonfire somewhere close by to add to some light.
Okay.
Does he see anything kind of big and scaly and or chicken-shaped?
No. No, nothing. Nothing except for your other two party members. And you do see the large pit that's about 25 feet ahead of you now that the wall is down.
Oh, the wall is down.
Or at least it appears to be down. It's not shedding light anymore.
Huckabee is going to say, well, Rosebud, you were excited about it earlier. You want to go in?
Hell yeah.
Well, our elf companion seems to have just done a runner on us, which I find very strange. It seems like he's full of surprises.
So, what are we waiting for? Let's go check out the pit.
Since it's the three of us, and we don't have anything very mean and punchy, perhaps stealth is the better part of our continuous for right now.
I would agree with that.
So I believe mechanically that we're going to move at half speed and perhaps roll some stealth rolls. I don't know. Regardless, does Rosebud take the point? Huckabee poofs a campfire or a bonfire on the other side of the pit, so it's kind of illuminated a little more.
Thus making it harder to stealth. Good call.
Exactly.
So you I'll assume you're getting moving stealthily until otherwise I hear otherwise. And we'll just roll stealth when and if needed, or if I want to trickery.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you go about 25 feet. You get to the edge of this pit. It seems to be probably, give or take, 100 feet deep.
We see a definitive floor.
Yeah. Seems to be covered in debris and pools of what you presume is water.
Are there any stairs or like a spiral pathway down or anything, or is it just sheer walls?
There's a very unworked, very rough walls. It looks to be a natural, fairly, relatively looks like a natural pit. We're only that thing I always forget that used to be perception.
Insight
No,
and perception.
Oh, is it perception nowadays?
Or investigation.
Not investigation, it's the other one.
Perception.
Okay.
Yeah, perception.
Right.
So who do you want to roll that?
Everybody can roll it. I assume you're all.
She didn't see nothing.
All the same thing that Mort saw.
It's because we were talking to each other.
Look at this, your only hope.
I'm getting there. 18. 13 plus 5.
You think you see like a flash of light from down here? But it's like almost immediately.
And that's 100 feet down?
Yep.
Looking for something here. Looking for anything to work here. Ah! Lovely. Darn it. All right. Well, Huckabee is going to... Huh. That's interesting. Hawkins is going to say to the party, well, do we, there was a little flash of light down there just then, and maybe there's something down there. Do we want to pursue this now that we've kind of taken the cork out of the bottle, as it were? Because we have enough rope, we could tie off some rope and make our way down.
I'd love to
have
try.
you checked- Is there anything else up here that we should, like, that might chase us down that we should look for first, or are we just going to head down?
I thought that we were at a cul-de-sac at a dead end.
No, it continues beyond the.
Oh,
Yes. Sorry. About 25 feet across.
that being the case, wait. The passage continues on the other side of the pit?
Right, over where you put the bonfire, remember?
Okay. How far does the passage continue past the bonfire?
As far as you can see.
Huckavus looks to Mort and says, well, what do you think? Should we throw the gnome over?
Brings back too many memories of halflings being thrown.
She just looks at both of you and says, I'm assuming you're talking about me.
Yes, don't you remember we once tried it, didn't we?
Yeah, just once.
Didn't work out so well.
I know.
Too bad. Well, do we climb down or do we try and climb across?
I mean, so based on we're about like a floor underneath the street. I guess 20
right.
feet.
Yeah, a little more than that, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, what do you guys think? Wherever the pigeon came from, probably from down the pit, but I don't know if we want to check this, run down the hallway a little bit, just to make sure there's nothing waiting just out of sight before we head down.
I have a suggestion, and I'm actually going to ask Ken to clarify this. We walked in, one way was the stairs going up into the place, the other way brought us to this.
Yeah.
Without scaling anything, without going around the pit or through the pit or over the pit, is there another passage?
No.
Okay. Then Huckavus is going to suggest, why don't we go up and see our friend Dornan and see if they have some very long rope ladders?
Dornan. Yeah, we can go.
That's the god. He might be back by now. How long roughly have we been down here? An hour? 30 minutes? 5 seconds?
42 minutes.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Well, on the 43rd minute, Huck is going to turn and kind of whisper down into the shadows, "We'll be right back."
And maybe Dornan saw where Idril went off to.
Oh, perhaps so. Do we need to climb out, or do we just poof around the street?
You can get out.
Okay, we're out. I assume the guard that was there when we
Yes.
went down is there. Is Dornan there by chance?
No.
Okay. I don't remember your name, sir. Did I even get it last time I was here? How rude of me. My name is Huckavus Nova.
Yes. My name is Constable Storf.
Constable Astorf. We went down into the pit. Is Dornan not about?
He stayed till the wee hours of the morning waiting for you to return. And you have to go into other duties.
Well, I blame the ones that's missing for that, which brings me to my first question. Did you see a elf-shaped blur run through here just a few moments ago?
No one has left Someone is like,
Interesting, interesting. Well, we were hoping to requisition some long rope ladders. That we found another pit, and it's very, very deep, and Huckabus doesn't want to fall while he's climbing on a rope.
I don't believe we have any rope ladders. I might
Oh,
get
yeah.
a rope.
That would probably be ideal.
I
Okay.
mean, rope ladders would be best, but I mean, rope will do in a pinch. Did you see somebody run out of here?
He looked. I'm sorry.
Did you see anybody run out of here recently? Out of this pit that we were just in?
He gives you a very curious look and then looks over at Huckabus.
Huckabus shrugs.
No, I still haven't seen anyone run out of here.
He leans in and whispers to the guard, "I'm really beginning to wonder about the quality of my companions."
Seem well suited to each other.
Ah, indeed so. And he leans back and he's going to speak loudly. Well, if there's any way we could get some more ropes. Also, do you know the gentleman that owns that shop right over there? And he points to the Emporium.
I don't know him personally, but seen him around.
From where I am, from where Huckabus is, can we see if it's open or closed?
It's closed.
Okay. Huckabus turns back. Well, my friends, we're up here now. Is there anything we need to do real quick before we go back down? It'll be a few minutes before the ropes come, I'm hoping.
Can we grab some healing potions if we don't already have them? I mean, I know I should still have the giant potion that Idro used on us before. Still has a few uses left of it. But I mean, if we can, I think some healing potions probably wouldn't go amiss.
Are we close to notions and potions?
Based on y'all's definition of close and timeliness.
Didn't hear you, Ken, sorry.
Based on y'all's definition of closeness and timeliness, yes, sure.
Can we be there in 5 minutes?
15 maybe.
Huckabus relays that to Mort and say, "Do you want to? If you want, we can go over to the potion shop, see if they have any things there. They're kind of expensive, and I don't know about you, but I'm a little tapped right now."
Yeah, that works.
When you say expensive, I'm going to say that the three of you kind of look amongst yourselves to see if there's been any reaction to that statement.
Wait, what?
I didn't catch that last time.
I'm going to ask if anybody has a reaction to the kind of expensive, i.e., I have money, you don't have money, you don't have to say it, just a kind of an indication.
Yeah, I don't
just look at the ground, not even trying to be a part of the conversation.
I was actually kind of thinking, Huckabus, maybe we could go see if Jay would be willing to toss a couple of healing potions our way.
Oh, that would be unusual. He doesn't normally provide provisions, but we could certainly go ask. We could also go ask Aslan. I don't know what she might have. That's kind of on the Veda Jays.
Well, the only issue is I'm out of money. So
I see. Well, with Huckabus's available funds, assuming that everything costs about the same thing here, which I'm beginning to suspect there's some sort of inflationary event going on in this little town because everything seems a little more expensive. I don't have enough money myself to purchase a full healing potion. Now, we could go out and tell them we'll be back in a few minutes and spend the entire morning haggling with someone. I do have all kinds of bric-a-brac. Bric-a-brac, boy, that's hard to say.
What is that?
A Junkin sings. Look, I have a little dog,
Oh.
and he takes out his dog statue and pops it on the ground and goes, "Woof!" Isn't that thing delightful?
Certainly something.
Yeah. Ricker Brash.
Brach, brach. Yeah, just like that.
Okay. So I make sure I do it right for your big guy.
All right, all right. Low five.
No 5. And it's last first one to those that we've done since I've been back.
Second.
Second? Okay,
Mm,
sorry.
mhm. No worries.
Uh,
Actually, you might have ignored the first one because you were being well, not you. Rosebud was being pissy. You might have ignored it.
Okay.
So we're
go on,
all
Mark.
poor. It sounds like we're all poor. Everybody
But
have-
rich in spirit.
Unfortunately, if we're dead, the spirit leaves us as well.
This is true. But you still have some of the Goliath juice. Is that right?
Yeah, I should still have. I think Idril a few uses of it. Seems like there's about a third of it gone. From one of them. The other one seems to still be full. I'm not sure they can help you. And we can use that in a pinch, but
Right.
without anybody that can heal us, I mean, Rosebud can do a little bit, but we're all. None of us are really designed to hit.
I wouldn't really say I'm a healer.
Well, exactly. I mean, you can heal a little bit, but
Yeah, but I wouldn't really say I'm a healer.
right.
Stop.
Without a designated healer, we can just go and we'll have to be careful, but
That's always gone out so well for us in the end, hasn't it?
have we tried to be careful?
Every time.
Stop.
Are you dropping that statue again?
Yeah, I'm bouncing it all over the place. Listen to it. Just like that. Won't bark on command, but
So it sounds like the plan is just be careful and try not to die. Sound
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Sure. Isn't that kind of what our plan is all the time?
Well, I don't know if the be careful part is usually part of the plan, but I
Okay.
think usually we try not to die.
Okay.
All right, unless anyone has anything else they want to do.
The rope rides.
The rope.
Well, I would be very interested in seeing what's in the bottom of that pit. That's what I'm interested in.
All right. Well, let's start heading that way. Thank you, Officer Constable, guy whose name I miss, Osfrent.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Y'all be careful down there.
No, we try to, believe me.
Do you know anything of what might be in this pit? Do you know anything that we're talking about today?
Pretty sure that the chicken came out of there yesterday.
Out of that same pit.
Maybe there's more barnyard animals.
Well, it didn't seem like it. We've seen the bottom of it.
By the way, did you enjoy the turkey roast?
I didn't partake in any turkey roast.
No, did you not? Did you not cook the big bird?
I don't know if they did or didn't, but that's something I'd be interested in.
I see. I see.
Don't want no devil bird.
Well, let's head down then.
You don't like to eat devil bird, huh? Okay.
Don't eat no devil bird. Do you eat devil bird?
I'll probably try it once.
Well, better you than me, I guess.
Yep.
I'll be
Bye
here.
bye.
I'll be here if y'all ain't gone too long. Somebody will be out here for a while. You scurry back down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yuppers.
Go back to the other pit. Correct?
Yeah, the one we were just looking at.
Yep. Then roll me a perception.
Well, that's much better.
Anybody else?
19.
13.
9.
Oh, I know you said it wasn't good, Corey. You're pretty sure you see like light arcing across the bottom of the.
Wait, light arcing?
Yep. Like it
Kind of like the
streaks
wall was before?
flashes across.
Does it look like the wall did before when it was, electrified?
I mean, not exactly. It could be similar.
Okay. I don't say anything.
Okay. What you gonna do? Hello? Hello, hello?
Yep. Just continue down.
So you're gonna drop one rope down, and each of you go down individually, or 3 ropes, and how you plan on doing that?
Well, it's how many feet down?
About 100.
Do we have enough rope for 3 people to go down at once?
Sure.
Then
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah.
We're going to tie 3 ropes off and all kind of shuffle down. Is that the idea?
Yeah. we'll at least take our own rope and
Right.
meet at the bottom, hopefully without.
Hopefully. If that's the plan, let's do it.
Will you be keeping pace with each other, or will some of you be moving at your own pace?
Puckavus will be keeping pace with the slowest of the 3. And when he gets about halfway down, he's going to take maybe a rock that he picked up and drop it and see what happens.
The other 2 of you?
Rosebud's gonna be like a rocket down that rope.
Okay.
Mort's going to try and keep up with Rosebud. Before I head down, can I tie the magic torch just to a belt or something, so it's hanging down?
Okay.
What was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So Rosebud and Mort can roll me athletics.
All right, and also I've got 2nd story work, which lets me climb at my walking speed.
Okay.
What did you need rolled?
Nothing by you, buddy.
Okay.
That's a 6 for my athletics.
6. Very nice. How about you?
I got a 17. 17, sir.
So you're actually well, you feel as though you should be able to handle Rosebud's, but he seems to be outpacing you, which is somewhat shocking.
Uh-huh.
A little surprising, but yeah.
Okay. So Rosebud gets down about a round before Mort. I need you to roll me a dex save, Rosebud.
13.
You take 16 points of lightning damage. As Rosebud hits the ground, you all can see basically how to best describe it. A sheet of lightning arcs across the floor of the pit. You can all roll me another perception check if you like.
That's a natural 20.
It's an 8 for Mort.
Huh?
I'm sorry, it's a 13.
Okay. Rosebud, you see basically at the corners of this sheet of lightning, you see what look to be lizards. And you're pretty sure the lightning has arcing from lizard to lizard. And it's your turn.
Am I still sensing that a connection that I have with something?
Yeah.
How big are these lizards?
They're small. I mean, they're like halfling, not as big as a halfling, but they're in the small size class. Maybe 2 feet, 1.5 feet, something like that. Not counting the tail.
So this is a beast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's multiple of them, right?
Interesting. Well, I would like to.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, I was reading something.
Okay, I've kind of missed out. Could I get a quick review? If I'm not mistaken, Mort fell. There was some light.
Mort did not fall, but Rosebud was faster than him. When she landed on the ground, a big, basically a sheet or a field of lightning shot across the floor of the room, giving her a bit of a singe.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And is now her turn.
Okay.
All right. So what? I'm going to try and not attack these things, and use primeval awareness, and try to communicate with them as a kindred spirit.
Okay.
They are beasts. So through different sounds and gestures, I communicate the idea that that we're not here to hurt them.
Okay. Is that some sort of a roll thing, or what's the crunch behind that?
There isn't any.
What's that? There isn't one?
There isn't any.
All right. Then what is go ahead.
So basically, I learn its basic mood and intent. I also learn its emotional state, whether it's affected by any magic of any sort, of and it's short-term needs such as food or safety,
Okay.
and actions I can take to help it.
All right. So start by rolling me whatever diplomacy is nowadays.
Mm-hmm. $15.
Okay. All right. So these things are they're hungry. And they're, the best you can tell, not under the influence of any spells. They seem aggressive.
Okay.
Mort,
Rosebud, are you all right? What happened?
All right. They I think that they're going to want to attack us. But I think they're just really hungry. So if you had some rations or something, you might be able to throw them out there and get them to not bother us. I don't have any. I wish I did.
I don't think I would have. I mean, I'm a city halfling. Unfortunately, I don't usually walk around with a whole lot of rations. Usually, I can just go to an inn somewhere and pick it up.
Just an idea.
So I'll drop down the rest of the way.
Oh, wait. I have that tuft of meat.
all right, Huck.
Not that that's enough to to help, but
Can I drop the rest of the way and just pull my crossbow out ready to attack?
Yep. I'm
right.
sorry. I was assuming that was successful.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. Huck.
I am muted. Who I presume overheard all of that.
Yep.
Does Huck have an idea of how many of these things there are?
Not really. You heard plural, but you didn't see them.
Did you say I heard 4?
No, you heard Rosebud say they.
Ah,
So you assume there's more than one, but not at the best of your knowledge right now. The extent of your knowledge. That's the word.
Huckovus is going to not go all the way down, but he's going to go down far enough so he can see maybe like down a corridor. Does that make sense, or do I have to be on the ground to do that?
What do you mean down the corridor? The corridor is at the top of the pit.
Yes. This is just a pit and a floor. There's nothing else down here?
Correct. I mean, there's like some debris and some puddles.
He casts Thaumaturgy, and from the other side of the pit, away from Rosebud and Mort, there's the sound of a piteous dog barking or crying or something.
Hideous or piteous?
Piteous.
Okay.
As if it's a defenseless animal over there.
In need of eating.
In need of being eaten, yes.
Okay. So I need Rosebud and Mort to both roll me deck saves.
14 plus 6 for 20.
I got a natural 20. Good old regular one.
You both take 6 points of lightning damage. Rosebud.
All right. That's all we see down here, right? There's nothing more really to see.
Right. You did hear what sounded like a whimpering dog from the far side of the pit. You didn't see it, but you heard one.
I'm gonna start climbing back up, right? Just fuck it. I mean, there's no reason to mess with these things. They can stay down here by themselves. I'll throw that hunch that I did have down, down the pit.
Okay. Mort?
Away from Mort.
So yeah, so as I hear fuck it, I'll start climbing up as fast as I can.
All right. Both of you give me a climb check.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Athletics.
Athletics?
Could we,
16.
could we climb up acrobatically, potentially?
Sure.
In that case, it's a 14.
Huck, you see the other two heading back up. What would you like to do?
What's it look like those doggy bits are doing while they climb out?
Well, while you were looking down, they arced electricity. You saw there were actually could see there were 4 of them.
Yep.
And they arced electricity among themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all they did. It looks like there may be some interest in that haunch that.
Huckavis is going to slowly and carefully climb his way up.
All right. Roll me athletics.
Because I'm doing it slowly and carefully, can I do it at advantage?
Sure, why not?
Haha. That's a good thing because the second number was a 16.
All right. All right, so you all make it back up to where you started.
Huckavis looked at his 2 companions and notices a little bit of singe, maybe there's a little smoke coming out of some hair or something. And he says, "Was that looked unpleasant?"
Yeah.
What do you think we should do? I mean, it seems like there's stuff down there for now. You were both down, maybe got a better look. Is there another way through? Was that it?
That's it.
Hmm.
They can just be down there forever for all I care.
Lizards that generate lightning. Yeah?
We could throw things in the pit. Electric should find the crap out of it.
Right? Can you you got a fireball, don't you? Don't you hug this?
Well, sure. You think that's a good idea?
It'd be fun.
Something tells me that the elf has not disappeared. He's trying to talk you out of that, but it does sound like fun, doesn't it?
I would rather you didn't.
No. Mort, when it grows but becomes a spoil sport.
She's not a spoil sport. She just doesn't want us to die quite well.
Was that true?
No, I don't want you just needlessly killing beasts.
Ah, I see. Well, they didn't seem to actually.
They didn't like us.
Was it? Did you feel malice off of them? No?
They definitely wanted to be aggressive towards us.
You think they were going to try and beat you?
They were definitely hungry, and they wanted to be aggressive towards us.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's lucky you had that rotten meat that What's-Her-Face gave you.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not down there anymore.
Perhaps as a good stopgap, we should always carry a haunch of raw meat around this.
Not a terrible idea.
If nothing else, Huck of us will get hungry at some point and cow down.
I believe that would happen too, there, big guy.
Yeah, so apparently our brief exploration down there has come to an end. I have a suggestion.
So we going to across the other side now? Taking
Oh.
up this path?
That's right, I forgot that. Silly us, we should have climbed out the other direction.
Well, we had the ropes.
Yeah, there's that.
Um,
How would one go about doing that?
actually, real
Have
quick,
that.
can I check to see if I would have recognized those beasts down there?
Sure.
I don't know if they would have just been like obviously something or not, but nope. I don't know.
Obviously nothing.
I think they were dogs, maybe.
Oof.
I thought I heard dogs down there. Probably dogs.
They definitely sounded like dogs. Yep.
That makes perfect sense.
All right.
So again, how do we go about doing this? Half of us is unsure.
Is there a pathway like around the pit? Or is the pit they got the entire width of the hallway?
No, it fully blocks your progress.
I mean, we could try climbing the walls to the other side.
Why are we down here anyways?
Because that silly elf said that we would investigate this.
Well, he's not even here.
Yeah, it's true, but what else do we have to do today? Also, I'm supposed to be kind of looking in on this anyway, which is a bit of a drag, I realize. So, how do we get across?
We could do this. We could take up our ropes and put them a little bit further towards the other side of the pit. And one of the tall people, I guess you're the tall person, would put the rope out. Then you climb across a little bit. You put the other rope out. Hopefully, it's far enough.
You know, Huckovus is kind of terrible when it comes to things like climbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I can try.
I have a slightly different suggestion.
Okay.
We take one rope and we tie it around you. Are you with me so far? Kind of
At
like
this point, Mort's going to take a couple steps back.
And he looks at Mort and says, "Nine, not like that. It's like a harness. That way on this side, you and I hold that. She takes a rope and tries to climb across. That way, if she falls, we might have a chance of catching her. That's all I'm saying."
That sounds like a good idea.
There's no way you can throw me from here.
No, Huckovus laughs and looks at his noodle arms and says, "Now, I knew a guy once. She was very tall and very big. She could have done it." But you're right. I'm not about to try it. No, the suggestion is that we try and safely help you across.
And how far across is the pit?
It's about that far.
25 feet.
25 feet.
The diameter is 25 feet. You have to climb a bit further.
So
Yeah.
on the
But
sides,
I don't hate the idea of having the harness, so I don't fall down into the electrocution pit of death.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel good for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a huge fan, and there's a roof to this place.
Is there a roof?
Yeah.
Huckovus,
What is that? What does that look like? That's made out of?
hang on a second, buddy. Hang on just a second.
Yeah.
Huckabus is listening to you and kind of looking up at the ceiling. And as soon as he looks up at the ceiling, you might see him take his left hand and like smack himself on the forehead. And he gets out he's carrying this giant staff, and he looks at himself and he casts Spider Walk on himself. And says, "Give me the rope, please. You keep this in." And he Spider Walks his way along the walls to the other side.
Yep.
Carrying a rope across. Is there a place he can secure the rope?
Let's just go to the
Sure.
top, buddy. We can just do like an A-frame swing, like idea.
Huckabus ties off this rope. He then takes out the rope out of his pack and ties it off close by, and he kind of goes across and hands one of them the rope and says, "Come with me now." And he's going to walk his way back across on the wall. None of you have ever seen him do this before, by the way, but he's totally just walking on the wall.
Yeah, wonderful.
Who goes with him first?
Oh, she'll go with him in a second.
So do we have to wait a full second before we go?
Yes.
Okay. Let me make a little clear, because I was just prattling there. Huckabus isn't like carrying you across, but he's off. So the rope is there. You're kind of doing yourself, but he's like walking along as if it's a harness, essentially.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay. So there you go. Apparently, Rosebud is going first.
Rosebud, as you're traveling across this way and you kind of glance it up, you see this black spider on the top of his staff. Is like the legs are moving, like it's walking.
Okay. That's cool. Hey, I didn't know that. Oh, it's the staff that makes you do that, buddy.
Magic.
That's kind of cool.
All right. To the front.
And then he goes back. Assuming we made it, he goes back and helps Mort along the same way.
Success.
All right.
I can't believe that I've been carrying that thing around forever, and that's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah, I think we've been doing that for exploiting that.
Need to remember that it does that. I always think of some of the other whatever. But yeah, anyway, whatever. We're across the other side. What do we see?
The passageway continues.
Huckabus is going to continue to walk along the wall.
Mort will walk on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk on the ground next to Mort.
All right.
Every now and then, Huckabus will walk along the ceiling and try and like boost one or both of their heads.
So is it a straight passageway? Does it curve and wind a little bit?
It's kind of natural, so it's not like perfectly straight, but it's fairly straight. It does curve a bit, and as you turn one of these curves, you see a shattered doorway that's been pushed towards you into the hallway, and you can hear horrid groans, and you smell the stench of death and decay.
Yeah, she arms up and takes one of the exceptionally made arrows. Knocks that.
Okay.
Can I try and hide?
Sure.
Not necessarily from Rosebud and Huck, but just that anything else wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll follow him over to that idea.
So I'm muted.
You're not.
You're good.
Oh, so Huckabus, as I said, he's still walking on the ceiling. Can he try and stealthily walk up so he can kind of peek through the door?
Yes, you can. I have to excuse myself to the restroom for a minute.
That's fine.
Come back in a moment.
All right.
So Huckabee sneaks up to the door and he peeks inside, and he sees it's actually not the smell of death; it's the smell of newborn babies and poop everywhere. And Huckabee slowly closes the door and shakes his head, and Spider walks his way to the pub, where he commences to drink 16 pints of ale.
Okay, cool.
The end.
I'll be back also in a moment.
Okay. Hey Andy, it's been so long.
It has been.
Damn.
So you had a rough week so far?
Yeah, it's been a little weird and brutal.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, yesterday was long. I think I got to work at 7, left about 5:30. Went over to my dad's, helped him log into a website, listened to him rant about politics. So it was probably 7:30 before I got home.
Your dad likes ramps about politics, does he?
I mean, typically the things we talk about are sports or more recently politics.
Yeah.
And I use the word talks loosely.
Sure.
It's not a lot of a discussion as much as sort of ranting. You know, pleasant.
Sure. I don't get that much out of my folks.
Be nice sometimes. Oh, you could talk about, junk and stuff.
Oh, we talk about junk and stuff. Sure. Dad occasionally gets in the mood and tells a story.
Nice.
Yeah.
About the junk and stuff?
Sometimes. Sometimes about the fleecing of the junk and stuff. Sometimes about the purchasing of the junk and stuff. Sometimes about the store. You get the idea. It's about junk and stuff.
Right. Yeah, no, that's usually sports.
Ah, well, there you go. It was a nice weekend, though.
It was.
Enjoyed being out of Houston.
Yeah, I had a good time. Ate all the almonds already.
Stopped at my sister's house on the way home. They all seem to be enjoying their new digs.
And they're in Austin?
Leander is the actual city. So the difference between here and, gosh, maybe Highway 6, like downtown to where they live. That makes sense.
Austin adjacent, but they probably are picky about saying they're from Austin.
My sister?
Oh, no, the people from Leander.
Yeah. I mean, it is now essentially a suburb of Austin. Sure wasn't. Oh, this was fun. We drove kind of country roads up to Marble Falls.
Okay.
The very first time I was in the Fredericksburg area, I was young. My father had been doing something with some stuff and things, junk and things, a clock. And he took the family from that guy's house to Enchanted Rock. And my sister and I climbed on the rock, and she fell and sprained her ankle, and I carried her down, blah, blah, blah. On the way from wherever that guy's house was to Fredericksburg, we were on a little windy country road. There's about 4 or 5 cars in a line going real slow down this road, and suddenly the road ended. And for about 5 miles, we were driving about 20 miles per hour on a dirt road in something like 1982 in a big Chevy van with no air conditioning. Ah, memories. Sonia and I found that road as we were going up to my sister's house.
Did you go down it?
Yeah. I mean, inadvertently, I didn't know that's what it was going to be, but it was the same road. Fun. Wasn't as long as I remember.
Oh, but you were a kid at the time.
Sure. And not in a 2-ton van and driving 10 miles an hour with no air conditioning would probably help too.
Exactly.
There you go. So family memories. And I met a Volbrecht today.
One of the original, I guess.
I guess his family's from Minnesota, and it could well be that my family's progenitor and their family's progenitor were brothers, cousins, nephews, who knows?
Okay. So wasn't one of the people like from Germany over to
That's
visit?
correct. No. He lives in Midtown and sells boats down in Clear Lake.
That sounds exciting.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed. So,
A needle pulling thread.
I'm going to take that accordion from you. To lose your accordion privileges. Is accordion back yet?
Yeah, Corey said he was back.
Right.
I thought he did.
I'm not sure that he did.
He typed in for
I
just
am here.
Ah, there he is.
All right, so
I'm
my understanding,
here.
Huck is creeping along the ceiling, trying to peek in,
Yep.
and you decided you do have dark vision.
Yep.
Convenient.
Yep.
You see, suspended from the ceiling in the middle of this room, a cage that has what appears to be a gnome in it. And on the left and right side of the room are what look to be barred prison type cells. Have humanoids in those as well, one in each. The floor is covered in what appears to be rotting body parts, excrement, and other unsavory types.
There's no light in there?
No lights. Nope.
What's on the back wall?
There's a door.
So, excrement and body parts everywhere, gnome in a cage in the middle, 2 unidentifiable humanoids, 1 on each side of the room in cages, and a door in the back.
Correct.
Do the
Now,
gnome...
Let me stop you. Do all 3 of you have dark vision?
Mort does not.
Okay. So I guess, Mort, going back to your earlier stealthing question, I'm just trying to figure out how that's going to work for you. That you can't.
Right. So I would imagine I'd go like into a little nook or cranny. So I believe I still have the torch. So
Right.
it may ruin any stealth, but probably what I'd try and do is
Certainly, you could get somewhere to hide, put the torch away. But just something
right.
like
So yeah.
not vital right now, but something going forward we'll have to figure out. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but Rosebud, you have dark vision, right? Corey?
Yes, I do.
Right. So I'm going to assume that Fort kind of got somewhere and put the torch away and kind of tried to blend into the pitch blackness. Okay, so what are we doing? Rosebud, you see the same thing that Huck did.
I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. You said that Huck saw it, so I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, There's a cage hanging from the ceiling of the room
Mm-hmm.
with a gnome in it.
Ooh.
And on the left and right side of the room are what look to be prison cells with bars that have humanoids in them, but not a little less clear what they are exactly.
Everybody looks to be alive.
Well, the gnome was alive. The other two probably, yeah, you think they probably are alive, yes.
Okie dokie. Um. Yeah, Hawk?
From above you, you hear a whispered, "No,
You gonna go check that out?
I don't know that I want to.
It's just a little gnome.
You're just a little gnome."
I already got a beat on it.
What did you say?
I see. I already got a beat on it. As you look down and she's already got her,
Right. Has the gnome apparently maybe seen Rosebud, perhaps?
Doesn't appear to have seen, but you kind of focus on it a little more, and you're pretty sure you hear it sobbing.
Uh-huh. Huckavus, Spider climbs his way into the room.
Okay.
So what's the ceiling look like?
It's rough. Looks like it was probably a natural formation. Got a little, had a little bit of work done to it, but it's.
Okay. Is it smeared with viscera?
The ceiling?
Yeah.
No, ceiling's fine.
Okay. As he gets a little closer, and he's trying not to be seen, but I imagine he might be seen at some point, does he notice anything more about either the crying gnome or the two humanoids? And I'm going to say, go
Roll me
ahead.
a step.
Yep. That is pretty good. That's a 16 plus something.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
The left side, the cage contains what looks to be a dwarf. The right side appears to be an elf.
Okay.
And he's definitely sobbing.
And the gnome is definitely sobbing. That's it?
Yep.
Do I notice any signs of life out of those two, the dwarf and the elf?
They are moving. They pretty much have settled in, like slumped in. Don't have a lot of room to move around, but they do seem to be alive.
I guess Huckavus is going to. How far away is he from the gnome the gnome at this point?
Or should like to be.
How far is it from the cage to the door through which he entered?
Let's say 15 feet.
Okay, well he is 5 feet in.
Okay. 10 feet away.
He's 10 feet away, and let me check on something here real quick. While I'm concentrating, I can or cannot cast Thaumaturgy. That's a question.
Is it a concentration spell?
Thaumaturgy is one action.
So you can cast it. If it's just one action, then you can cast it.
Right. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Corey. Don't the spells say they're either concentration or they're not, right?
Right.
You only do one concentration spell at a time. So as
Right.
long as
Okay. Never mind entirely, because I thought Thaumaturgy was going to do something that it's not going to do. So instead, he's going to... is that a concentration? That is a concentration. He's not going to create a bonfire on the other side of the room, though he would love to. There is no light at all in this room, and Huckavus whispers out, "Gnome, little gnome." Do I get any response from the gnome?
Oh, you. I thought you were talking to Mort. Sorry.
That's okay.
What's
That's
a
the
half?
wrong move. What? Oh, that's right.
They worked right
Oh,
away.
I knew that there are too damn many small people in this party. That's all I know. So you hear the sobbing kind of stops. You, get me down out of here. Any more of this? I'm going to go insane.
Any more of what?
And sobbing commences again.
Did that get the attention of either the dwarf or the elf?
They do seem to kind of look up at the gnome. Shut up! Bring them back if they're still alive.
Okay. Huckavus Thaumaturges in the corner behind the elf, an ominous whispers, and he speaks over to the dwarf. Who's coming back?
So you just made a creepy noise behind the elf?
I'm trying to distract the elf,
Okay.
basically, and then going to speak to towards the dwarf. Who's coming back?
All right.
Or what's coming back? I'm not sure which of those was applicable.
The dwarf says, slobbering idiot devils.
Aren't you a devil?
Huckavus whispers back, "Yeah, but I'd like to say that I'm not slobbering."
Oh yeah. Damn it. I thought I had one right here.
I honestly can't hear you, Corey.
Oh, I was saying, yeah, I thought I had one right here.
You hear, meanwhile, you hear the elf over there say, do your worst. Do your worst. I'm tired of these games.
Who's he talking to? You talking to me?
Who's that? Who's that?
Do my worst, sir. I've kind of been trying to do my better side of me.
Who's that talking?
Huh?
You're hiding, right?
Yes. My name is Island. What is your name?
I'm Elowen. Let me out. Let me out. I've done nothing wrong.
Where are you from, Elephant?
I'm the proprietor of the Crooked Stick.
You're the proprietor of the Crooked Stick. Is that a sounds like a bar or something?
Dwarf.
Yes,
And
it was upstairs.
He points to the dwarf. I think that I got that right. Fat dwarf.
The dwarf, yeah.
Which makes you, and I don't know who the gnome is, which makes you somebody I should know too. Who's the gnome? Elvin. Who's the gnome? Who is this?
Kind of thinking to figure, clearly none of them are in their right,
Yeah.
I don't know him. He's been here. He was here when we got here.
Rosebud, these are some of the... And he's going to then whisper, missing objects.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
Huckleberry is going to spider walk his way out of the room. And he's going to then get on the floor like a normal tiefling should be.
Where are you
And
going? Come back. Let us out.
He's going to say to, I presume Mort is somewhere around here. He's going to say, Mort, there are some cages that need unlocking.
Oh, okay.
Get my torch out and let's go to work.
Okay. So I'll take the torch out and start walking in there. And oh God, what is all this?
There's a good deal of carnage all over the floor, excrement. The fleshy bits look like they're anywhere from a day to several days old. There are some feathers scattered about amongst the carnage.
The same kind of feather that we saw?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So I guess I could start trying to unlock these cages.
Dwarf says, "Oh man, get me out first."
Hey, can I take a short rest while he's doing that?
For an hour?
She's kind of hurting.
You can start resting. You guys can decide how long at some point. You can certainly intend to start one.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So as Rosebud settles down, leans up against the wall, just sort of try and recover a little bit. I'll make my way over to whichever one started talking or shouting, whichever towards me first.
It's the dwarf.
All right.
So, been in this foul pit of death a week.
Keep it
Out
down.
of here.
Shh, I'll do what I can, but you have to be quiet. Just stay quiet, stay calm. We'll all get out of this. And at that point, I'll start working on the lock. So what was that, Ken?
He's visibly very frustrated.
All right. So I will use my thieves' tools to try and open the lock. It's a 5.
You fail miserably. He like starts shaking trying to shake the bars.
Look,
My God, man!
You're not going to help me by putting more pressure on me. Just step away from the cage, step away from the lock, and just look. Octopus, can you come over and hold this torch for me so maybe I can use both hands to undo this lock?
Did you just ask Huck to do something?
Yeah, just hold the torch so that I can.
Huckleberry does one better, and he poops down some bonfires. Roasting viscera.
I was going to say, the skin quickly grows.
So with the additional light, can I try again?
Sure.
A little bit better. 13.
You managed to get it open.
Okay.
The door stomps out.
All right, now I told you have to stay quiet. We're gonna try and get these other two out, and then we'll make our way back up. Just stay calm, stay quiet.
I don't wait time to get me out of here. That creature that I keep hearing from the north is maybe here any minute, growling and barking and. Ugh.
Did you get one
My
of
apprentice was taken there and and he looks on the ground. He says, kind of turns his face and says, "And what was left of them was there." And, ugh. You see bits of dwarf bit. You can now recognize them as dwarf bits.
Okay. So I guess with that encouragement, I'll make my way over to the elf enclosure and try and unlock that door.
Okay.
It's a 14.
That'll work. You notice these locks are not the highest quality.
Right.
I was going to ask the dwarf if he recognizes who the gnome is.
No, he was here before. Here when I got here, I don't recognize him.
Can I insight on that?
Sure.
To see if I think he's telling the truth. It's a 15 plus or minus 1. I don't remember. It's a 14.
As far as you know, he's
Right, for a dwarf that looks half mad that I barely have ever met before. He looks pretty reasonable.
right.
He looks pretty honest. Huckab's going to suggest, why don't you and the elf go towards the pit? I don't advise crossing it. We'll be there very soon to help you, okay?
Oh, well, you're gonna just send us out by ourselves out into the.
Look, if you just go down this way, go down towards the pit, it's fine. We just came from that direction. Don't go down the pit. There are some very strange lightning creatures down there. But we'll be there very shortly. Or you could just wait outside this door.
We go to the door, laying on the floor.
Or you could just...
Or they could just come with us.
And he turns around and he looks at the gnome. Is the gnome still crying?
Yes.
He's going to go up and get out his own lockpick set and says, Crosbud,
Yeah.
keep an arrow handy. And he proceeds to try and pick that lock.
Absolutely.
So when Hugabus tells that to Rosebud, Mort's going to pull out his crossbow and just have it also ready.
Very good.
I rolled a 13 plus 2 on lockpicking, if that
Right.
matters.
You get it unlocked.
All right. Opens it and stands back and says, little gnome, it's time to go.
Are you still spider climbing?
No, I've not been spider climbing since I came back in the room.
Okay, so let's back up a second then.
Okay.
His cage is hanging from the ceiling.
Oh,
You would need some way to get to him.
I guess I'm spider climbing.
Okay.
Has it been an hour since I originally spider climbed?
No.
Okay. Then totally doing that.
So everything's the same. You were just climbing up to kind of hanging off the thing, and so you get it open.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Does the gnome do anything?
Let's see. Well, he's about 10 feet off the floor, so he kind of crawls over to the door, kind of looks at Huck.
Huck, he wants to go gnome chucking so badly. No. Huckabus ties a rope off on the top of the cage and drops the rope to the ground and looks at the gnome as if to say, there you go, buddy.
Okay. So the gnome takes hold of the rope and climbs down about 5 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then he finagles his body in such a way as to get the rope swinging,
Mm-hmm.
and he swings towards the north door and screams, "I'm gonna get that! I'm gonna get that bastard! I'm gonna get his treasure! I'm gonna be the king of the hells!" And he swings over towards the door of the north and starts running towards it like a madman.
Uh-huh.
Can Mort try and tackle the fleeing gnome?
Sure.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna shoot him.
All right, so one of you is. Oh, you're going to shoot him if he misses a tackle? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm adding, but I rolled a 2, so.
All right, so I guess I'll be shooting.
Yep.
All right. What's your armor class?
16.
All right. So Rosebud says she was going to shoot you if you missed. So
No.
Not Mort.
exactly what you said
That is not at all what I said.
is a clear antecedent. We can go back. Carl, mark this spot. Go back next week and tell me what the antecedent says. You got it. All right. Go ahead, Rosebud. Shoot your fellow gnome.
And I'm gonna shoot my fellow gnome with a 29.
That misses.
That's a natural 20.
That misses as well. Roll your damage.
All right. Oh, mark it. Marked it. Damn it. I forgot to mark it. 9
All right.
damage.
He drops.
I got,
He,
I got shitty rolls. But anyways.
the natural 20 to hit. That's a shitty roll.
Well, no. I meant the damage rolls are really bad. 3 and a 2.
All right. So you drop him.
Uh-huh. So I run over to him, and what's going on?
Dying.
Good. I look at him and I go, "What do you want? What are y'all yelling about?"
Who are you talking to?
So I can be the gnome. Hey gnome, what is your name?
Can I try and stabilize the gnome?
We don't need to stabilize him yet. Hold up here. What's your
Alright.
name, gnome? 'Cause I can just hear him. It'll be fine. He must be a gnome with no name.
I think we just lost Ken.
Yeah.
Oh. Even better.
So yeah, I thought when Ken said you dropped him, I assumed that meant unconscious.
Yeah, me too.
That's 3 natural 20s for me tonight.
Are you using the dice roller?
Nope. I'm using my real dice I paid money for.
Oh, you're rolling dice. Okay, cool.
I got a really cool new green one. Here, you want to see it?
Mm-hmm. Fun.
Cool.
Look shiny.
Yeah.
Back. Maybe.
Ken, are you there?
Plan for him to be back. Humana.
Like a fury. Ken, if you don't start speaking, I'm going to get the accordion.
Oh, shit.
I've been muted.
Oh,
Better?
yeah.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Hey.
just in time to save us from the accordion.
So, Yes. So you were attempting to speak with the dying, bleeding out gnome.
Yes. Ask him what his name is.
He's dying. He's unconscious.
He's unconscious. Okay. So I will hit him with a level 1 cure wounds to bring him
Okay.
back.
Okay.
As Rosebud's doing that, can I grapple the prone gnome just so it can't run away again?
Sure.
Alright,
Absolutely.
so
Roll
you're
strength.
Is the seared onyx or not?
well, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to fight anything to. It's unconscious.
You have to ask.
What the hell's going on? Hang on.
Maybe that's why I always make sure to bring up.
I got weird stuff, ghostly stuff going on here. Sorry. All right. So he is restrained by the mighty Mort.
Right. And that's just
All
so that once he's brought back to not dead, he
Right.
doesn't jump up and try and run away.
Right. So I zap him for 6 plus 2 is 9. No, 8. Sorry.
Much better than what you normally give everybody else. I see how it is. He does indeed attempt to struggle. I'm going to get him. I'm going to be the king.
And I pull out pain.
Okay.
And I put it right up to where his nose is. And I said, "What's your name?" King Stila.
I'm the jester.
Jester. Jester of what?
I'm the jester.
Of who? Whose court?
I'm the king of the hells.
King. Wait. You're the jester for the king of the what? That doesn't make any sense. What are you doing here?
Let me go and I will become a king myself. Secrets. I know the secrets must be there. Yes, I will take over.
Where to
Look
go
out
where?
for me. What's that?
To go where?
Where he came from, where he stays, to the hells, and he looks towards the northern door.
And I look back at the other two. I don't want to serve this little bastard.
At this point, Huckavus has made his way down onto the floor. He untied that rope, and Mort is on the ground with this guy, right? Grappling him?
Yep.
Huckavus is going to hand the rope to Rosebud and suggest, perhaps we should secure our little friend and bring it and our dwarf and our elf friend out of here while they're still alive.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Was that
The dwarf and the elf don't appear to be given the same problems, though, right?
This guy seems much further gone than they were. The dwarf says, "Yeah, come on, get us out of here. I'll tell you about the fellow that kept messing with him."
Okay.
And he kept calling himself the king of the hells and made that little one do all kinds of
What did it look like?
comedy things. Comedy in quotes, of course.
Yeah.
That's
What
great.
did-
Go ahead and secure that thing and move out of here, at least for now.
Very, very, very smart, Huck.
Yeah, get us out of here.
Well, she's gonna tie hand restraints on all three of them, and
You gonna do what?
tie hand restraints on all three of them.
Get away from me.
Let me get away from you.
I've been trained all this time. You don't
Okay.
get trained again.
Huckavus
So-
says,
so
"No, no,
then-
no,
I want to
no,
get out of
just
here.
come on.
What you
Just-
mentioned?
Bedlam. Bedlam, just the gnome, not that guy.
Oh, sorry, big guy. I thought I said all of them.
Come on, we don't want to end up like my boys did.
No, there's nothing like the boys. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah, I
What can
think
what can you do for us?
Huckavus has produced yet another rope from God knows where, and he is trying to secure the gnome, give him a good hog tying, as it were.
Okay.
And by the gnome, I don't mean Rosebud.
Thank you.
I thought it was obvious, but you know.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yours was
Yeah.
obvious. The earlier one was not.
right. You got to watch out for those antecedents.
Exactly. Thank you. The antecedents.
And I will try and assist Huckabus with tying up this squirrely little gnome that's not Rosebud.
You get him good and secured. He struggles, and once he realizes he can't get out, he starts to sob again and weep.
Oh my god.
I should be king.
Yeah, you should be king.
I'll get his secrets. Secrets are there.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna leave him right on the brink of death where he can't talk if he doesn't shut up. Sorry, it's a little bit of the old me, but he needs to shut up.
He starts telling horrible jokes.
So as soon as he starts to talk again,
Yep.
I'd already had part of his sleeve ripped off when Idril did the crack. So I'll just rip off more sleeve, shove it in the gnome's mouth, and use the rope to form a very rudimentary gag.
At this point, you find out he's a ventriloquist. No.
Curse you, thaumaturgy!
He starts. He just weeps and sobs.
But a little bit quieter.
Yep. At least you don't have to hear the really bad off-color jokes.
Excellent.
But they're really bad in that they're not even funny. They're just bad.
Like a recounting of terrible things that have been done.
So you get back to the pit.
Lose. Okay.
We get back to the pit.
Yep.
So, same thing. Huckabus, can you walk across again?
Huckabus shrugs and says, "I don't know. I've never tried to do it." And he tries it again, and he sees if he can walk up the wall.
I'm gonna go with an arbitrary no.
Huckabus shrugs and says, "It only seems to work occasionally."
Are there any
I mean, Huck knows that you have to activate it from time to time. You like try to
Yeah, but
do it again.
but the rope's already there, right?
Right. Wait, Ken, what did you say a minute ago?
I mean, it lets you cast a spider climb spell.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm just going to say the previous instance has passed.
Right.
So you would just need to recast it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I was implying that I was doing.
Oh, I thought you were trying to see if the last one was still.
Oh, no, I was well aware that it wasn't, but that's exactly what I was going for.
Okay, then yes. Yes, you're fine.
Then he's got that rope. He's got a third rope, and he looks to the weakened members and says, "Do you think you can scale to the ropes?"
Oh, you got like a harness thing there, looks like, right?
Well, it's not a great, and you're a little heavier than my companions.
I'll do my best. Better than
All right,
staying here in the carnal pit.
It'd be
Right,
shocking
Mr.
down
Dwarf.
there.
Is there any way you can throw the gnome across?
I'll give it a shot, sure.
Here, attach this rope first.
Okay.
And Huckovich is going to go to the other side and say, all right, toss him.
All right. He kind of swings him. But, unless you guys just want to do something different, we can just say you're successfully across.
Okay.
That works for me.
Mhm.
Let's go report into the guard. They'll be very interested. Hopefully they'll be able to take care of you, Mr. Dwarf, Mr. Elf, Mr. Babbling Idiot.
Babbling idiot.
Yeah, he was-
Yeah, not me. You mean that? Yeah. I got you.
I
Okay.
think we're looking in a mirror. Anyway.
So you get out to the guard. They're relieved to see you. Ah. Oh, you found some of the missing folks.
Yes, it's a charnel house down there.
Oh, yuck.
Indeed.
You cleared it out?
9, we just got some hostages out.
That's something. Good. How are you two? How are you three doing?
How are we 3 doing?
Not.
I've been better. Way better.
I'm kind of with Rosewood. We could probably use a little bit of a nap.
Interesting. Perhaps, is this the same guard whose name I already forgot?
Yes.
Swice Goods or something? Spittoon? It's not important. I'll get his name next time. Huckers is going to say, Vel, are you up to standing guard over this for another day? And we will come back later when my companions are not so green around the kid.
What did you see down there?
Well, there's a pit. There's some monsters in the pit. They seem to be stuck in the pit. They kind of look like lizards and they electrocuted my friend. You might still see a little smoke coming out of them. And then we went down the way and there was a charnel house and these 3 were in cages.
Cages. That's terrible.
Cages.
That one there was tied up.
Yeah, well, you see, when,
Yeah.
Oh, that fella.
when we got out of...
What?
What?
So as he says, untie that fellow, Mort's going to say, no, don't do that.
What? But he was tied up and in a cage.
He's
Well,
a
right.
flight risk.
He was in a cage, went crazy, and so then we tied him up. Just
It was-
leave him tied up for now until he can be kept safe from himself.
So he's a danger.
Perhaps.
Oh, and others.
And just as
Yes.
a show, I'll take the gag out of his mouth, and that's what he does.
Ah! I'm going to be king. Let me go.
And I'll put the gag back in. And I'll look over the guy. So you see why he's a flight risk. It's for his own safety.
See. All right. Motion over. Do you two are you two okay? To the elf and the dwarf? Yeah, well, there's another route, yeah. Ooh.
What the what?
So what's the problem?
Who has the problem?
Oh, I thought there was an issue. I'm just sorry. She was off daydreaming.
No issue. So you say there's a carnal pit, carnal place down there. That it?
Yeah, and then we went up a ways and found these knuckleheads.
Yeah, there's a door on the other side of the, where we found these, as she says, knucklehead. But we thought before going through that, we'd come up and, not die, basically.
I guess that's
Leave
all right.
that stone for another day, perhaps. Or later today. perhaps.
Yeah, just let me sleep for a little while. And we'll go.
So, all right, so you'll be back in a bit.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Yeah.
You say you saw what? What did you say you saw down there? Other than these fellas?
Oh no, they were lizards.
Lizards.
Lizards that had some type of elemental electricity charge that they could do between the four of them. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I am here now.
You stirred them up.
Yes, I found out the hard way.
All right, I guess we can look out for that. Okay. Anything else?
Well, they're 100 feet down,
Okay.
so
Lots of body parts.
What's the body parts? What kind of body parts? You mean like just all kinds of bits just scattered around?
yeah, on the other side.
Oh wow. Huh.
You might interview these three.
All right, that sounds reasonable. Yeah, we'll take I'll take to the station and we'll have them looked after and get them cleaned up, something to eat, and we'll see what they know.
Very good. Perhaps when we speak later, you can.
What was that again?
Very good. Perhaps later, when we meet again, you can share the things that you learn.
Oh, yeah. Well, y'all go get your rest, I guess.
All right, then. Come on, friends.
Just as a word of warning, there may be more of those chicken things that may be what caused all the terminal hit down there. So just heads up. And with that, more to walk off.
You kind of Hut kind of sees the constable's jaw drop. But he makes no move to stop you from departing.
Yeah, neither does and Rosebud just makes it like it's everyday stuff and just keeps on walking.
All right. Okay, so I assume you're going to the Rusty Bucket.
Yeah.
Okay. Poof, you're there.
Ah, Charlie's the Rusty Bucket. I'm going to have an ale. How about you, fellows?
I feel like I earned one.
Okay. And then I'm going to bed.
Oh, are you really that bad? I'm so sorry.
No, I definitely think I deserve one too.
All right. Y'all get set up for the round.
So is the plan that we're going to rest up and then go see what lies behind door number 2?
I'm very interested in door number 2.
Yeah, I'm worried that there's going to be another one of those giant chicken things. I don't want to face it at half strength.
Yeah, I understand that. Are we going to go later today? Or we're going to go try and find our missing elf. Where do elves go when they go missing?
Who's missing elf?
Idris.
Oh, he'll come back.
I say we give him until the end of our rest. If he hasn't found us by then, we go down and take a look and see what we find.
All right, then.
Unless you got something else you need to do. Or if you think that's a bad idea.
All right. Sounds like fun.
Rosebud gives you a thumbs up.
All right, so I think that's what we're doing then.
Okay, so you go to bed. You wake up. Obviously, you can do.
Break fast.
What's that? Break fast. All right.
Breakfast.
Yep.
Sausages.
Yep. Okay. You have a hearty breakfast. So, how much healing do you do?
Well, I'm hoping for 31.
You can do up to 3 hit dice worth.
3 hit dice. Wonderful. So I guess that's not gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna go from bad.
Lord?
Yeah, I'm going to use one dice.
Okay. Huck, are you fresh and froggy?
Huck seems to be gone.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I lost connection there.
Well, that's all right, buddy.
Did you need to do any healing?
No, Huck's doing great. Huck's happy as a clam in clam sauce, whatever the hell that means.
Pretty sure clams are not happy in clam sauce.
I'm
No,
sure they might not.
I think they're pretty dead.
That's the problem.
Got into the
Clam
clan.
and clam sauce, I feel like a human in that effluvia y'all were getting. Okay,
Towards
so
the clam
you've done your healing. You got that half round down of your hit dice, up to half your total.
Because did we take a full? Did we take a full or a short?
Full.
Okay.
Okay. You're going back?
I think we should.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, we certainly should be. So, she's gotten much more interested in pain. And does it burn her?
What are you doing?
Like if she touches the fire?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So she could throw this at this point still. And if she, it still looks like still the same, still carved, handle, right? That was on it before.
The handle's identical. There's just
And if
no-
I go and grab it like I was to throw a blade, do I feel like I could throw this, or doesn't that?
I mean, there's no blade there, but yes, you can grasp it.
Okay. And it feels like I do like the weight test type of thing. Feels weighted.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I start carrying it more often. She likes it a lot.
Ooh. All right. So you go back.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on guard duty this morning?
But before you get there, you actually notice that the Gray Dwarf's establishment is open.
Oh,
Oh.
Huckleberry suggests we stop and go in.
Yes.
I'm on board with that.
That's the, and I said earlier, that's the Fat Dwarf. Is that right? What's the name of the establishment?
The Gray Dwarf.
Gray Dwarf, not Fat Dwarf. I'm so sorry to all the dwarfs and dwarfs at sea.
It's actually the actual. You look at the signage, and it actually says the Great Gray Dwarf's fine armor and weapons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Great Gray Dwarf there behind the counter?
He is in there, not behind the counter. He's like trying to assess how things are.
Is he alone?
Yes.
Let's tie him up and rob him. What do you say, guys?
Nah.
I'm kidding. On the other hand, Huckvis is going to walk in with his normal bluster and say, it's good to see you up and about.
Can't lay around all the time.
Get it? You're up. You're above ground. Up and about. That's a funny joke, yeah. We were just passing by and we noticed your shop was open. We thought we'd come and check on you and see how everything was.
He kind of looks at you for a second, looks you right in the eye, walks across the room towards you.
Mhm.
How do you react?
How does Huckvis react to the fact that, is he menacing?
Roll me an insight.
Sure. Well, that's a 7.
He is moving towards your personal space. He does not seem to be slowing down.
If he gets right up on Huckvis and makes a move, Huckvis is going to shocking grasp him. But Huckvis otherwise is not. He's just smiling and saying, "But what is it, little dwarf friend?"
All right, give me one more insight.
Sure.
He is in your personal space.
Yeah. Okay. An insight on this one would be 14. No, it wouldn't. Yes, it would. 14.
Right.
That's not right. That is right. Sorry.
Sorry. You bring shocking grasp to your mind.
Yeah.
If you realize you're getting ready to put it on him, as he gives you a great big dwarven hug.
Yeah. Yeah. Huckvis gets all up in that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yes, you should hug my friend Rosebud, too. She helped. Get it on this, guys. Come on.
He moves towards you, Rosebud.
Yeah.
You might notice that Huckvis looks really happy.
Who is this person?
He's the dwarf that we rescued yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, was that in character?
Yeah.
Oh, this is our friend, the great dwarf. We rescued him yesterday from the demon.
Oh. Yes. Sorry, sir. I was.
As you're saying that, he puts you in a big dwarven bear hug. Oh, yes.
So do you have bowstring? For sure.
Right
For Sherpos.
I'm sure I can find you a bowstring somewhere.
And
But not
she
this
posed. Okay.
Holds up his finger and he heads towards the halfling.
Mort will try and slide out from the bear hug.
Okay.
So the arms wrapped right around where he was.
So he makes a couple of attempts to give you a big hug, but you can wriggle away.
And as he keeps doing that, I'll just kind of pat him on the arm. It's no, it's. I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you very much. He looks at Rosebud. He says, "Let me see what I can find right quick. I'll be back within a second."
Oh wait, here. This is what I want you to string. And she pulls out the bow that looks like a snake.
Oh, it's a fine-looking bow. Well crafted.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Wow. Kind of looks at it appreciatively. He says, "All right, yeah, let me go string it up for you right quick." He goes into the back. He comes back out in about 5 minutes. Has a nice string on it.
In those 5 minutes, can Huckavis poke around, kind of looking at his armor selection?
Absolutely. He has at least one set of each metal armor. They all look to be actually of good quality. There's not a whole lot of fancy, like intricate artsy part, but so far as functionality, it looks very very well made.
Metal armors.
What's that?
Metal armors, is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. So he comes back and gives Rosebud a hooba joober.
Yes.
Bowstring, excuse me. Hooba joober.
Yes.
It seems very well.
Thank you.
Seems that you did a very good job.
Okay. Feels good about it.
Is there anything else I can help y'all with? Anything at all?
Oh lordy, well, we're going back into our back down there to look around. If there's any information you could give us about your time down there.
Well, only two things I can really tell you are those little devil things. Came got us. Kind of looks sad when he says us. Came got me and my boys the night we were taken. That's it. Pretty much the only one we saw was that human called himself the Master. He says it was maybe about 6 feet, and red hair, kind of a pointy nose.
When did he leave?
I mean, he came and went several times a day. He did tell that gnome fellow that he was king of hell.
Did he leave and enter through the doors that you and I left through, or the doors that was closed at the back that the little gnome was trying to run towards?
Mostly the one at the back. The one where the big bird thing come through.
Oh, yeah. What happened when the bird thing came through?
Oh, it wasn't pretty. Tore up anything that got in its way, and luckily it left us alone. It was over in the over on the sides. It didn't bother with us. Luckily,
Right, and then it broke through that door and you never saw it again.
that's correct.
Well, you'd be happy to know that we killed it. So maybe a little of your friends, what I'm trying to say here, maybe we avenged some of your friends. I think that's what he's going for.
I hope you had a good feast of it.
See, that's what I wanted to do, but all the humans around here said no, because that's icky.
Well, what do you expect from a bunch of humans, right?
Listen, you were asking if there's anything you can do for us. They're going down there with no healing at all, really. If there's anything along those lines you could help us with, that would be delightful. We'd certainly try and repay you on a later date.
I don't have anything of that sort.
Not really your forte.
I'm sorry?
It's not really your thing.
Right. I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. He goes back again. He comes out with a pouch. He says, it's a pretty big one. This ought to be enough at one of the temples to get you a spell or two. Does that help?
Huggivus kind of looks at him funny and peers into the pouch. What's in there?
Looks like several hundred gold pieces.
Oh, dear. Well, that's very generous of you. I don't know if that's necessary. Maybe I could ask you a different question. So you're very, I assume you're very connected with the merchant class here in the quarter. Do you know anyone who would have something like that we could go pick up instead of going to the temple, you see?
I mean, potions and notions, and what's that oddities place over near the?
What about our alchemy friends that we rescued yesterday? Elwin.
The elf?
Yeah.
Not nothing to do with alchemy. Well, I mean, no, I don't really go over there very much. I never thought of her having potions and the such. I don't know.
Ken, did I misremember what her shop was?
I'm trying to remember myself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're all good. She is probably perfectly remembered for Huckabus. It's to pretty thick herbs and components.
Got it. Okay. What do you fellas want to do?
Nothing different with the feeling in my head.
Are you asking me that?
No.
Well,
Yeah.
for what, we accept the generous offer that this dwarf has given us with this gold.
What's that, Mark?
I said, if nothing else, I think we should graciously accept this gold that this dwarf has offered.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Mr. Dwarf.
Thank you. I mean, certainly would have done me no good had you not shown up.
I hear you. Are you going to be all right here? Do you want me to send over some protection or anything?
I mean, if you guys are going back down in there, it sounds like hopefully you'll deal with it.
All right. Well, then, if there's nothing else, gentlemen, are we well stocked with arrows, my little friends?
I just think it's what? What did you say?
Arrows. Do you have enough arrows?
Yeah, no, I'm good at arrows. And he shows the shopkeeper the exceptional arrows. And she goes, what's different about these?
They look to be very well made. I mean, they're not magical. I wouldn't think. Probably not that good, but they should fly straight.
Okay. You like them?
I mean, they're nice. Yeah. You want to get rid of them?
Well, they're a bit big for me.
How many do you have?
15.
Well, what do you want for them?
I guess do you have any smaller bolts that are made for the short bows that are of the same quality?
I don't know that I have that many. I may have about half that many. I've got 8 that probably are pretty close in quality.
We can call that even.
If you're sure that's reasonable, I'll gladly do that for you. I'll tell you what. Hang on a second. He goes over and he says, "Oh, here I've got. I'll throw in these four with silvered heads. How about that?"
Works for me. So now, okay. Yep. Got it. Thank you.
I was away for a second. What's going on?
Horse trading.
Horse trading.
Oh. I'm sorry. Everything going on. The door that the guy who called himself the king came through. I kept hearing growling and I don't know, barking, for lack of a better word. I wish I could tell you more. I never saw what it was, but something made a racket down there.
And this was separate from the one that was coming in and torturing the gnome.
I'm sorry?
This is. So this was. So you never saw what was making these noises, I guess. Is what I'm asking.
That's correct. Yeah, the only thing I saw were the little devils and the one guy who called himself the king.
Okay. Do you have an idea, Rosebud?
No, I was just thinking. Go ahead. Okay. You like them?
I mean, they're nice, yeah. You want to get rid of them?
Well, they're a bit big for me.
How many do you have?
15.
What do you want for them?
I guess. Do you have any smaller bolts that are made for the short bows that are of the same quality?
I don't know that I have that many. I may have about half that many. Over and I've got 8 that probably are pretty close in quality.
We can call that even.
If you're sure that's reasonable, I'll gladly do that for you. I'll tell you what. Hang on a second. He goes over and he says, "Oh, here I've got. I'll throw in these four with silvered heads. How about that?"
Works for me. So now, okay. Yep. Got it. Thank you.
I was away for a second. What's going on?
Horse trading.
Horse trading.
Oh. I'm sorry. Everything going on. The door that the guy who called himself the king came through. I kept hearing growling and I don't know, barking, for lack of a better word. I wish I could tell you more. I never saw what it was, but something made a racket down there.
And this was separate from the one that was coming in and torturing Gnome.
I'm sorry?
This is. So this was. So you never saw what was making these noises, I guess. Is what I'm asking.
That's correct. Yeah, the only thing I saw were the little devils and the one guy who called himself the King.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you have an idea, Rosebud?
No, I was just thinking. Go ahead.
I was done thinking. I think, well, actually, I guess I wasn't done thinking. I think maybe we should go and talk to that elf that we rescued as well, see if maybe they had any insight.
Huckleberry thinks that's a dandy idea.
All right, well, unless anybody needs to finish anything up here, I think we should chat up that elf.
Okay.
right.
So you go across the street to her establishment, and it is not open. What would you like to do?
Knock.
Knock. All right.
And as we're waiting for any response, I'll just look over at Huggles and Rosebud and, hey, if they want to offer us money, that'd be okay. Maybe suggest that if there's an opening, or I can if you guys aren't comfortable with that. But I'd like to see if they're willing to compensate us for our heroic actions.
Huckleberry looks at you oddly and shrugs and goes back to looking at the door, waiting on it to open. I assume it does not open.
How long do you? How persistent are you?
I'm knocking and waiting a minute or two, and then kind of rapping and waiting a minute or two.
Okay, so you wait for a while.
Continually looking down to Mort as if to say, "Really?" But he's not saying that.
After a few minutes, you see the elf coming through the shop, and seeing that it's you, she opens the door.
Trying to concentrate and thinking back to his time with, wasn't Mavis an elf also?
Yes.
Back to his time with Mavis and Sophie. He stammers out and tries to greet her in formal Elven.
Okay.
He probably fails miserably, but then says, "You'll remember us." I don't know if we introduced ourselves, Huckleberry and Mort and Island Timbers. We were coming by to check up on you. We were coming to check up on you.
The rest of you hear perfect Elven coming from Huckleberry's mouth.
Okay.
So
I let out a short little giggle.
She looks at you sternly. She said, I suppose I should thank you for rescuing me yesterday. Please come in.
Oh, thank you. Come in, friends. Let's eat right.
So you go,
He goes inside.
what's that?
And he goes inside.
Okay.
Most of it fell.
Mort,
She points to a little table that it looks like people probably would sit at and kind of like look at components and things of that sort. It says, please have a seat.
Oh, I thank you. Are you feeling well? Are you getting past your traumas?
I will be I will survive in time. I suspect I'm better off than the other two.
They didn't make it, huh?
I believe I saw the dwarf out and about
Oh,
earlier this morning, opening a shop.
misunderstood.
No, they're just fine. I don't know what he's talking about. What is your name?
Morella.
Morella. And what is it that you do as a merchant here?
Kind of just raise your hand at all the herbs and components and things. As, I supply the arsonist of the city with the items they need to apply their craft.
Mm-hmm.
Are you an arcanist yourself?
I am.
I wonder if you could identify a potion for us.
I could try.
He looks to Mort.
Nope. Idril hasn't.
Right. He looks to Mort as if to say, pony up.
I'll cautiously walk over.
Okay.
You need anything, huh?
Yeah. Shows this nice lady the mithril potion.
I don't. Sure, I don't have the potion. There was a. I'll look over at Melora. There was a.
What the hell just happened?
What?
I don't know.
I do.
Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, you're still there.
Okay. The last thing I said was show her the Nithari's potion, and I lost audio after that.
Oh, I think you said the mithril potion.
I did, and then I said the Netherese, but I was probably in the middle of scrambling to figure out what. Anyway, yes, that's not what I meant. I meant the Netherese potion.
I still don't have that though. We gave that to Idril to hold on to.
No, dear, that was a mistake, now wasn't it?
Well, you seemed like the most trustworthy you ever saw.
Well, never mind, dear elven lady.
Setting the bar awfully low.
What?
What?
I mean, I agree.
Now, never mind. Perhaps another time with that. We were in the Netherese lands and found out was one of their potions. I was hoping I could get maybe it identified a little bit.
Oh, I would love to look at anything Netherese that you may have come across.
Oh, well, here, look at this. And he pulls out, I think he has a short a hand crossbow from them.
That he got from their place, yep.
Yeah. See, I have this. It's theirs.
Oh, it's exquisite.
Look at
This
this.
is well. And she twirls out the newly stringed.
Oh, I'm not seen this material before. Do you know what it is? What it's made of?
No. I was hoping you could tell us.
That's curious. Oh. Is this the original string?
No. I had it put on just a few minutes ago.
I was going to say it doesn't look to fit. I mean, it fits obviously, but it doesn't look as though it came.
I think if it's just to be activated, we have a potion that we've been told that may activate these into more of a magical weapon, and that this may have a magical bowstring. And just
That makes
such.
perfect sense. If all the legends are true, yes, absolutely. And she kind of points at the bow, and she shows that I think you guys saw in some of the arrow spearhead. You look, and as she points it out, you see that there are similar little lines in the bow as well, that as to what was in the spearhead, and you see that. Yes, that makes perfect sense. You could activate it.
So now, do you think once we activated this, it would stay activated?
It should, at least for a good long while. I don't know if
Indefinitely.
it's permanent, but certainly, I can't believe they would make anything that would be extremely short term. They were quite
Well,
good.
we only have enough to. We have more weapons. We have a bit of a quandary. We have more weapons than we have the activation potion. Think you could synthesize that if we had it?
I certainly would be honored to try.
Huckovitz leans a little forward and says, "Now let me be clear. My reservation with using it is not actually the scarcity of the potion as much as it is the omnipresent threat of a blood price anytime any of the magic is invoked. I'm not sure how much of that is Huckovitz just grasping at straws, but Nomikins was pretty clear that everything to do with these guys was not very pleasant.
I can handle it, big guy.
That's certainly true, but sometimes the price is worth the reward, right?
Could be.
I agree with him. They wouldn't let me use it, buddy. I mean, ma'am. Sorry.
That said, I'm glad that we're in agreement. She looks straight at Rosebud. Sometimes the price is too dear. As I cannot help you with your items at this time, but I certainly will. If you bring this potion, I'll attempt to replicate it. I will tell you what I did find out. My mystic specialty is in divination. The reason that I was taken down there is I saw and confronted who I believe was the leader of this group. I had seen he had summoned a creature with a humanoid husk with dried skin stretched tight across its skeletal frame. It bore a fearsome skull-like head and the tail of a scorpion. It wielded two hooked polearms made of bone. So I give you this information for saving my life.
Now, when you say you saw him, do you mean you actually saw him, or you saw it in
a vision?
A vision. Thank you. I wasn't sure of the right word. Can you describe him?
I just did.
No, I misunderstood.
Oh,
You saw him summon a creature. You described the creature.
Can I describe the? Yes. He is dusky skin, 5'8". He dresses in. He likes to dress in browns and tans. He has brown hair pulled back in a ponytail, and he wears a well-groomed beard.
And is he a fixture here in Neverwinter?
He would come to the shop across the street, perhaps sometimes every couple of weeks, sometimes every couple months.
Are you talking about the elves? That's the dwarf's place?
No. And she points across to the building that the stairs led up to that you couldn't get into. Burl Doll's Emporium.
Right, but as far as you know, he was just passing through town. He didn't live here.
He doesn't live here that I know of. No.
Thank you. And you confronted him, and then you got taken? Is that what I understand?
Yes, I was confronting this person when I was ambushed by I don't know what. There were a number of them that they quickly subdued me, and I woke in the cage, the prison the cell that you found me.
And did you see him when you were down there?
I saw him when I was being ambushed, but I haven't seen him since. No.
I see, but you did see this other guy, a human with red hair, called himself the Master?
Yes. That was he did call himself the Master, but that was Burl Doll.
Oh.
Yes.
Did you tell the watch all of this?
I did, yes.
What was their reaction?
They seemed concerned and were apparently planning on going through the procedures to enter his shop and see what they could find.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Turns to Morton. Rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything?
Do you know by chance why the other two were taken? So you confronted this person. That's why you were taken down there. Do you know anything about the other two?
From what I could tell, they've been taking people for quite some time, apparently feeding them to things, whatever's beyond that door.
Okay, so there didn't seem to be any purpose other than just as food for the other two.
Right. For whatever reason, that poor gnome was being mentally abused. Should have been stronger mentally anyhow. He got what he deserved, but whatever reason, he's going to be singled out. Worf and I guess we were. I don't know. Maybe they were hoping ransom, or maybe we had some information, but they were holding on to us for some reason.
Okay. Well, we are very grateful that you were able to give us this information about down there. And we are going to try and go down there and finish this. Is there anything else you might be able to give to the cause? Do you have any health potions just so that we can?
No, I don't have any potions. I do have. Hang on a second, and she goes behind the thing and says, "I have a couple of these poultices."
Oh, how do those work?
They look very similar to what you have in that potion bottle that you had.
The Goliath strength or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll definitely take it. And
Right,
she's very gracious.
So I wish you good luck in your endeavor. And
Thank you.
if you find your potion, I'll be more than happy to do what I can.
All right. Well, that's very, very helpful of you.
Sure that I'd be more helpful if I could, but best of luck.
Thank you. Hopefully we don't need it, but if we do, hopefully we've got it.
Excellent.
And then I guess I'll start walking out.
All right. When you all leave, she slowly closes the door. You hear it lock.
Huckabee says, one of the things that, actually, let's walk away a little ways, and then he says, one of the things that interests me about all of this is when we first got down there was a pair of legs that we think were humanoid. It would be interesting to see if they might match either of these gentlemen, a pale human or a dusky. Did she say he was a dusky human? I got dusky skin.
She said man.
Okay. Perhaps we should, instead of going straight down the hall, we go speak with the guards there and see if they can corroborate any of this.
Okay.
Sure.
That works for me.
All right. So you get to the guards.
Is what's his nuts there? Milton?
Dornan is there.
Dornan is there. Dornan, it's good to see you again.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you.
I presume nothing else has come out.
No, nothing.
Have you sent anyone in?
Absolutely not.
Have you sent anyone into there? And he points towards the Barb Doll Emporium.
They should be here later this morning.
Who is they?
Whoever headquarters assigns to check out the location.
That's very interesting. What if me and my friends went and checked out the location, as you say?
I'm over here watching this hole.
Huckabee nods at him and starts walking down the street.
Okay.
You two follow?
Towards the.
He's actually walking down the street away from the direction we came, away from the pit.
So we're going towards Birdhouse Emporium.
Not towards it, but past it, yes.
Okay, I'll follow. See where this is going.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Huckabus is going to go about 2 buildings down, and maybe he would know this because of, skulking around in this town for a while. Are there alleyways behind these houses?
Well, they are, but that's actually where the hole is.
What you mean?
The hole that you guys went down is in the pit. The pit is in the alley behind.
Oh, okay. So then he's going to slip down the side and I guess go to the next street
Okay.
and then backtrack. Is there anybody there watching?
No.
Feel like he's being watched? Then he's going to double back, and he presumes that his 2 friends are following. I don't know.
Roll me a straight wisdom.
That'd be great. Straight wisdom. Wow. That's a 19 plus or minus 1.
Not only is there not
That would be 19 plus 2.
not only is there not anybody watching,
Mm-hmm.
you're pretty sure that you had seen people kind of assigned to watch here, and they seem to be conspicuously not here right now.
No one is here. I got it. When Huckabus gets up to the house, he's going to look down the side and see if there's a window of relatively, close to the street or anything, close to the.
There is a way in. That's your question, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yep.
He gets up to what is this way in?
It's a window.
It's a window. High off the street, low off the street. Again, I keep saying off the street. I mean off the side of the house.
Right. It's conveniently located for you.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't just spider climb up there anyhow.
Well, I could, but I've got 2 companions to worry about. He's going to offer either one of either the gnome or the halfling a hand up if they want to shimmy up there and see about opening that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, come on, Canary. Lift you right up to it. You
All
check
right.
it.
So you get Rosebud up, kind of a pseudo Master Blaster situation. She peers in the window, and it's 10 o'clock. So,
Good place.
what's that?
It's a good place to stop.
Exactly. All right, gentlemen. I actually have 1,000 things I need to do
Yippers.
for the game. Had a good time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
And we will talk to you guys over the course of the week. Good night to those who are or are not watching. Clearly not Royce, who asked us how things were going. He must not be watching.
Right.
Sure, Andrew is. Why we love him more.
There you go.
Right.
And on that, good night, Andrew.
Good night, Andrew.
Bye, guys.
Oh, hey, see you, Andrew. Bye-bye. Tuesday.
See you guys.
buddy.
See you guys. Hopefully we'll talk over next week. I'll see you next week otherwise.
Sounds good,
All right.
man. Good night.
Bye.